Hi everyone, this is another update on my 55-gallon tank. Let me close these. I just fed recently. Let me close those lids up there. So some a little bit of news here. This fake plant back here. I mean, I like the color on it, but I wanted a fully planted tank, and I've been scared about live plants. This thing was just super easy to grow. I'm going to talk about that. This Black Forest Java fern is not going to get that large. It might not get much larger than that, and I was kind of disappointed. So I went ahead and bought two Microswarm Terapus, which are going to go to replace that. And I'm going to have to do some rearranging of this big piece of driftwood here. This jungle val seems to really be taking off. I don't necessarily like the color of the way the new sprouts are coming up and everything, but they are definitely growing. And I've removed the UV sterilizer completely, just because I'm going to be using liquid verts and root tabs from now on, evidently, since it's fully planted. And of course I'm going to be adding other things like microsword and things like that just to kind of fill things out. But I kind of want to wait until I see exactly how it's going to fill out before I start adding more plants. The two Microsource Terapus, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly, are going to go back here, but they're going to go pretty big. I think maybe 16 inches is what they were saying. So I don't know exactly if I should put one here. I'm going to glue it to a piece of driftwood. And I don't know if I should put it here or rearrange this whole area here. Let me back out, rearrange this whole area. I want to leave this all over here like jungle val. My angelfish love this hanging out in this jungle val. So I want to leave all this over here jungle val. It's got a little cave back there. So there's not a whole lot of room, and we need swimming space. We've got Praecox rainbows and these denizen barbs. 3 of them died, so I had 6. The denizen barbs were probably a mistake. This is a 55-gallon, which is minimum recommended, but I've got other fish as well. I've got 10 Praecox rainbows. But anyway, back to this flame java moss. I'm sorry, I don't know the technical name for it. It was the first plant I ever got in here. I had Amazon frog bed, but due to the water flow of the 2 Seachem Title 110s, I had it roped off in the center part right here, but it just still was not thriving. I tried to unrope it and let it hang in the corners and everything, and it just was not thriving. The roots were not growing whatsoever, so I just took it out. I got this flame java moss off of Amazon, and it came in a gross little gel, and it was a tiny little piece, and I glued it to a piece of driftwood, and it's dark back there. This piece of driftwood back here that it's glued to is separate from this large piece of driftwood, so this totally just removes, and I can put it anywhere I want. So I'm going to need to rearrange this somehow. This is also very wide. It goes almost from front to back of the tank, because the 55-gallon standard size is pretty wide. You get the larger viewing panel and everything, but it is pretty narrow actually. So anyway, so what I did is that I just took some Gorilla Glue, and I glued this gloppy mess of looked like nothing whatsoever. It was all glued down in this gel and then this super glue, and I thought that there was no way it was ever going to take off. It certainly did, and we're talking about the sample, not the sample size, the amount that I got when I ordered it was probably about 1 inch long, and so it has become this in a matter of about, oh gosh, how long has it been? This is kind of a guess here. I could look it up, my Amazon orders, but I want to say about 7 months. I've had this 7 or 8 months, maybe. That could be totally off though. But it is totally, the formation of the moss is different than regular java moss, and I think that makes it a little more attractive. Also like the fact that it creates this little cave in here where my fish like to pass through sometimes. There's my orange O-ring Nerite snail. There's a tiger back there. This thing, I was kind of sad to learn that I think my nerites haven't eaten some of the brown diatoms on there. Um, if I have ordered 10 olive nerite snails, and then I actually ordered 5 red racers. Yeah, they are expensive, I know, but I couldn't help myself. I just saw them on eBay and I had to have them. And it had, anyway, and I've got lots of brown diatoms, so the more nerites, the better. A friend of mine said I just keep adding until they're all gone, until the diatoms are gone, because he lives there in Florida too. But yeah, this plant is so super, no fertilizer needed. I never started using fertilizer until I got this plant here, and then the root tabs for the jungle valve. So it will just take off for you. It needs very little light. Of course, like I said, it does not need even fertilizer. Just the fish poop is fine with them, fine with this plant. And yeah, just very excited. This last plant here, even though I think it's kind of pretty, it will be my last plant to leave. He's getting aggressive in his older age. His bristles are getting longer, and he's getting aggressive. He's like trying to attack my orange Venezuelan corridors because they're really small. The pandas are still pretty small. Even the gold lasers are still probably juveniles. I think one of my fairy corridors has passed away, and my pleco ate it. My bristlenose ate it. He was hiding in his cave for the longest time, but I have looked in there. He is not in there. He's nowhere to be found. And these two were always palling around together. So, unfortunately, I think I have lost him. I'm sure the pleco enjoyed it, but I'm very sad about that. The two starby, they hang around a lot together, although they're not right now. I don't know where there's the other starby right there. But yeah, so I have lots of different species of Corydoras in here, but not the orange Corydoras is the one that I have the most of. I have 4 of those. But yeah, so that's what's going on with the tank right now. When those Microswarm terapus, I believe, just leave a comment if I'm wrong about that. Microswarm terapus, which is, what is that? I mean, there's a common name for it, but I can't remember the common name. But anyway, it says it's easy to grow. This is stock LED white lighting. I have Hygger 957 lights, but I have to cut the glass lids that I bought first because they overhang and the light does not sit right. So I think the plants will do better. I think that Hygger 957, a friend of mine told me that it is a really good plant to grow plants. And so maybe the plants will do even better. And maybe this brown stuff here, that even though this is new growth, let me back out. Even though this is new growth down here, it's that brownish color. Now, once you get up to the top there, where the light is stronger, it is greener. So I'm thinking it is a lighting problem. I'll have to get my situation with the root tabs and the liquid fertilizer, that balance, going, until I can get that under control, because it's a little cloudy right now. It's very cloudy right now. I took out the UV sterilizer completely because I'm going to be using liquid ferts from now on. I really only bought it because I had a huge green algae bloom. I had way overdosed accidentally. I changed the liquid fertilizers a while back, and I had way overdosed some liquid fertilizer. And I had a green algae bloom that literally you could not see 1 inch into the aquarium. So I bought the UV. I tried everything, blackouts, and just all kinds of chemicals and stuff. It would just depleted oxygen levels and stuff. It was horrible. So I ended up in just getting the 24 watt UV sterilizer, which took about 7 days for it to clear up. But it did get crystal clear. I do like the UV sterilizer because it does cut down on waterborne pathogens. So it does keep the tank healthier, and I have always pretty much had a healthy tank, except the denizen barbs are prone to a fungal infection, and 3 of them died from it. So I feel bad that there's only 3 left, but I don't want to add any more because I think the denizen barbs were a mistake to begin with. Although I love them, that's why I wanted the 55, is to get the denizen barbs. But I think it was a mistake. There's one of my gold lasers, and there's Anyway, I think that's about it. I think I covered everything. If you want any more information about the flame Java moss, it's all over the internet, but it's very cheap, so it's readily available, and I think it just makes a wonderful plant. And it does get very big, so it's kind of bulky. So you got to have the right tank for it, and I don't really think my tank is the right tank for it. I think I need like a wider tank, maybe a 40-gallon breeder tank or something like that, for this plant to really, because I mean it's gonna even get bigger than this. I think it said it was only supposed to get 4 inches, but it looks, maybe it is from where it is glued to that piece of driftwood down there that you cannot hardly even see. From where it is glued, I guess that might be about 4 inches or so, but it's very bulky anyway. Anyway, that's all for right now. I hope you have a good day, and thanks for watching.